Rangers have entered another pivotal moment behind the scenes, with developments gathering pace as the club works through its latest reshuffle in the football department. The search for a new sporting director has moved to the forefront, and fresh movement behind the scenes suggests the board is edging closer to settling on its preferred direction. With the January window drawing nearer and squad building plans already in motion, the next step in this process carries real significance for the months ahead. Let's break this down in today's video, along with all the other Rangers news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Rangers have already begun the process of identifying their next sporting director as the board attempts to steady the club's long-term direction and set a clearer course for the months ahead. The push to move quickly reflects a wider determination to put ambitious plans in motion after a turbulent spell that has left supporters demanding higher standards at every level of the club. Fan frustration had been building for weeks before Kevin Thelwell's departure, with protests growing louder following a disappointing summer transfer window and an even more worrying start to the campaign. Those concerns were amplified by the sense that the club had lost momentum both on and off the pitch, prompting senior figures inside Ibrox to accelerate their review of the football department. Rangers are now prioritising an experienced sporting director capable of stepping in immediately and shaping the January transfer window. The need for a steady and proven hand has only become more urgent following a series of major internal decisions, including Danny Roll's appointment as manager and the additional departure of Patrick Stewart from the backroom structure. These changes have forced the board to reassess their long-term strategy far sooner than originally planned. The expectation earlier in the season had been to allow Thelwell the opportunity to prove his value through January, with the intention of giving continuity to the plans already in motion. However, the scale of the restructuring underway, combined with a belief that the club required a firmer and more decisive direction, convinced the hierarchy to act earlier than anticipated. The focus has now shifted towards resetting the football department with a figure who carries a strong track record in recruitment, squad building, and operational leadership. As revealed this week, yeah, I think I fully agree with you there. Rangers need to get this next appointment right. I'm sure Rangers will be looking for, as you said, an experienced sporting director who can come in and hit the ground running and try and turn around Rangers' fortunes in the transfer market. The assessment of recent windows has been frank. They've had a few difficult windows over the last couple of years, and it's important for them not to make too many more mistakes in the market. The discussion continued. Rangers will be scouring across Europe and the world to see who they can bring in to help Danny Roll on the pitch and get him the players he needs to try and improve Rangers' fortunes. So yeah, I think they'll probably go for a more experienced sporting director. Rangers would ideally like to bring in somebody who's got a proven pedigree in that position. While the search for the right candidate is ongoing, preparations for the January window have not been put on hold. Roll and the recruitment team have already identified key targets, with one name emerging as a realistic and strategically sensible option. Rangers are exploring the possibility of signing Kilmarnock midfielder David Watson, whose contractual situation has placed him on the radar of multiple clubs across Britain. Watson, just 20, has already made 20 appearances for Kilmarnock this season, and is widely regarded as one of the most dynamic young midfielders in the league. With his contract expiring at the end of the campaign, there is growing belief that Kilmarnock may be willing to entertain a January deal rather than risk losing him for nothing in the summer. Rangers are keen to seize on that opportunity and view him as a player who could bring energy, maturity, and long-term value to Roll's developing squad. As the club continues its search for a new sporting director, the priority remains the same: stabilise the football operation, strengthen intelligently in January, and ensure the next strategic appointment provides a foundation strong enough to withstand the pressures of a demanding season. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. In other news, Rangers' draw with Braga came wrapped in controversy after a fiery second-half flashpoint drew sharp criticism from Portugal overnight. At the centre of it all was Nicolas Raskin, whose reaction to a head-to-head clash with Rodrigo Salazar has been dissected and dismissed in particularly blunt terms. The incident unfolded shortly after the restart at Ibrox, with Rangers holding a 1-0 lead, courtesy of James Tavernier's assured first-half penalty. As Braga sought a foothold, tensions rose. Salazar leaned in and made contact with Raskin, prompting the Belgian midfielder to fall to the turf. Dutch referee Allard Lindout initially reached for a yellow card, seemingly judging the moment as a heated but limited confrontation. That interpretation did not last long. VAR summoned the official to revisit the incident, and following a review, Lindout upgraded his decision. Salazar was sent off, leaving Braga to chase the game with 10 men for nearly half an hour. The dismissal only intensified the post-match debate, especially in Portugal, where Raskin's reaction was heavily scrutinised. A bowler, analysing the moment in their match report, offered a stinging description of how the Rangers midfielder went down. Their assessment read, "Rangers took advantage of the first good VAR intervention. Fran Navarro conceded a penalty, and the referee, after reviewing the images, pointed to the penalty spot. Tavernier didn't miss and put the Scots ahead. The break could have allowed the Minho team to readjust some dynamics so that a reaction could emerge in the second half. But Rodrigo Salazar lacked composure. Or rather, he was too composed. They then turned their focus directly onto Raskin's fall, writing, 'The Uruguayan international's forehead bumped into Raskin, who tumbled like a baby.' VAR intervened again, and the Dutch referee changed the yellow card to a red, another harsh blow. Even reduced in numbers, Braga pushed for a response, as the outlet summarised, trailing on the scoreboard and with one less player on the field, SC Braga had about half an hour to unleash a cry of revolt. Strategically, the team was forced to drop slightly to exploit transitions. And the truth is that Viking's men responded well defensively, remaining compact and avoiding any setbacks before scoring. The fallout from the incident is unlikely to fade quickly. Rangers will be satisfied with the result, but the debate over the red card and the accusation that Raskin exaggerated the contact ensures the flashpoint will continue to occupy attention long after the final whistle. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.